Johnny, much better weekend for everyone involved with the result, of course. It's something that we want to build into a habit.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we haven't won enough games this season, and that winning feeling is always nice. So really pleased that we got the win on Saturday. Travelling supporters, we rewarded them for their loyalty and the way that they followed us in their numbers, sent them home happy. So it was a really good feeling for everyone involved, players, staff. We all enjoyed that. But like you say, we want that winning feeling more often, and we need to build on that now.
It's one game, it is a start, but just give us a little bit more of an idea of how you turned it around last week in a coaching perspective.
Yeah, well, I spoke a lot. We had some real sort of hard-hitting conversations after Sutton. We knew that was a bad result, and we wasn't happy with the performance, and neither were the lads. And we debriefed like we normally do, but we had some honest conversations about how we need to do things differently going forward. A lot of that was not necessarily technical or tactical. A lot of that was mentally what we need to do better, and individually what you need to bring to the party as players. And we had some real good discussions. There was a lot of positivity that came out of that, and then we got some really good work done on the grass. Obviously we tweaked a few things tactically with the change in formation and a little bit with the personnel, and I think they had positive effects on the performance as well.
So that's the level now, that's the standard. I guess the next thing you want to do in terms of at home is make the place a fortress, really. Yeah,
home form hasn't been quite what we would have expected, so we need to build on that. We should be. We've got a little bit of momentum behind that win. We should have a little bit more confidence about us, especially sort of the nature of the performance and limiting really Rochdale to very few opportunities in a side that has been creating quite a lot in the recent games. So that was a really pleasing aspect of the performance as well. But yeah, we need to build on that at home. Obviously need to get the home supporters something to cheer about as well.
Crewe, another side, of course, close to us in the table. I suppose we've got to kind of show those battling characteristics we showed on Saturday again, yeah?
Yeah, we'll need that. You need that in every game in this division. There's no gimmies, there's no easy games. They're really competitive. I think the whole league is really competitive. So if you don't turn up with that fighting spirit and that will to win, then more often than not you're going to come up short. But we had that in abundance on Saturday. We're going to need it again Tuesday night.
90 minutes for Alex Woodyard, a real plus point on Saturday. How do we pursue that now going forward?
Yeah, we got to be really careful with Woody. Temptation is now that he's back, you just throw him in, and he plays every minute of every game as long as he's performing. And we're going to have to manage that situation really carefully, because we probably brought him back quicker than we'd have liked in an ideal scenario, considering how long he's been out and the lack of pre-season. You want to build it up more steadily than we was able to, but obviously needs must. We need, it's really light in that area, especially in the last game. Marsh being out and Goma being suspended. We have got issues in that area of the pitch, so we had to play Woody, and he had to play probably longer than I anticipated him playing as well. But with the state of the game and how well he was performing, we felt that was the way to go. Now, obviously, we have to be really sensible with how we manage him, and with a busy schedule coming. What's so important for me is that now that he is fit, that he stays fit and stays available for us for the rest of the campaign now. So obviously that'll be my job now to manage that situation really carefully.
But you have got Paris Magoma back available again?
Yeah, so Paris obviously missed one game with suspension, sorting up of bookings, but yeah, he's available to us again. So it's just nice to have that extra option now in the midfield to choose from.
We've spoken about Woody, but also Lee Brown. We spoke last time about the fact of the illness that he'd had. He got through 90 minutes as well. That's really important too, yeah. Yeah,
really important. Really pleased with Brownie's output. Like you say, that really knocked the stuffing out of him. The illness that he had, he needed hospital treatment with that. He was really poorly. So, and his lack of training was obviously a concern going into the game. So, part of the reason where we played him where we did, and with his experience, felt like he was more than capable of playing in that position anyway, and he done great, and he got through the 90 minutes and he felt good. So he seems to be through any issues that he had there, and hopefully that's him going forward now.
You spoke about Alex Pearce might be available for Tuesday, but if not, maybe Saturday. Is it looking perhaps more like Saturday?
Yeah, probably back end of the week with Pearcey to get him back with the group and available. But yeah, he's certainly going in the right direction with his groin injury, and we should have that option back to us sooner rather than later.
George Marsh, just seen him outside today. He looks in a good mood. Maybe less time out than we thought.
Yeah, Marsh's come on really well with his injury. You know, saw him out there on the grass today. Had a good chat with him, and he's feeling good. He's feeling sort of pretty much recovered. It's just those last little steps of rehab that he needs to go through now. But I certainly think we'll have George back and available real soon for us.
And a league debut for Kwaku Frimpong at the weekend. I mean, I guess the plan was you'd like to have put some of these younger players out on loan to give them more experience in men's football, but they are getting it around this group when they're needed now, aren't they?
Yeah. Kwaku was out on loan, but we had to recall him. What with the injury situation that we had in that position of the pitch, and I think someone in Kwaku there really benefited from the loan, albeit a short period. He went out and he got some senior football. And got a taste of what it was like, and obviously that gives me as the manager a little bit more confidence, knowing that they've got that experience when you need to call on them. And certainly, it's a difficult spot there for a young lad coming on to make his league debut in a tight game where you're defending the lead. Obviously, the opposition are trying to pile it on. They're adding 8 minutes of injury time. I'm sending him on to try and help us see the game through, but it's a real sort of show of faith from us. But he's earned that. He's earned that by going out on loan and getting that exposure, and obviously by what we've seen in training as well.
Brilliant, Johnny. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Cheers, Rob.